What if I told you there's a room inside every football stadium that almost nobody ever sees, and what happens inside it can decide the entire match before a single kick is taken? Not the pitch, not the stands, the locker room, and today we're going inside. You walk through a tunnel. The noise from 80,000 fans above you is shaking the walls. Your heart is hammering, and then a door closes behind you. Silence. That's the locker room. And it is nothing like what you'd imagine. Most people think it's just a changing room, shirts hanging up, boots on the floor, maybe someone blasting music. But here's what's actually happening in there. First, the setup. Hours before kickoff, the staff have already been working. Each player has their own personal space, their jersey perfectly folded, their boots cleaned and ready. Some players even have specific superstitions. Same hook, same side, same routine every single game. Why does this matter? Because football, what Americans might know as soccer, is a sport that runs on habits and mental focus. Before the game even starts, the locker room is already doing its job, calming players down, locking them in. And here's the wild part. Some of the biggest clubs in the world have locker rooms that look like luxury hotels. Private cubicles, personalized nameplates, recovery baths built into the walls. But some of the best performances in history came from teams getting changed in cramped cold rooms with paint peeling off the walls. Then the manager walks in. In football, the manager, think head coach, is the person in charge of the entire team's strategy and motivation, and what they say in those final minutes before kickoff, that's a moment players remember for the rest of their lives. Some managers are quiet. They lay out the tactics calmly, like a chess player explaining their next move. Others flip tables, literally. Sir Alex Ferguson, one of the greatest managers ever, was famous for what players called the hairdryer treatment. He'd get so close to a player's face while shouting that it felt like a hairdryer blowing at full heat. Players said it was terrifying. They also said it worked. Now here's something most people never think about: halftime. The match is 45 minutes long on each side. When that whistle blows at halftime, teams have exactly 15 minutes in the locker room, 15 minutes to recover, rethink, and reset. In that time, players are drinking, eating energy gels, getting their muscles worked on by physios. That's basically the medical team. And the manager is recalculating everything: what went wrong, what to change, who needs to be pushed, who needs calming down. Some of the greatest comebacks in football history were built in those 15 minutes, not on the pitch, in the locker room. After the final whistle, win or lose, the locker room becomes something completely different. A victory, music blasting, players spraying drinks everywhere, laughing, shouting, calling their families. A defeat, near silence. Some players sitting alone staring at the floor, some crying, the manager trying to find the right words when there are none. It's raw, it's real, and it's completely hidden from the cameras. Here's the thing most casual fans miss. The locker room isn't just a room. It's where the team actually becomes a team. The trust built in there, the conversations, the arguments, the jokes, that's what holds 11 players together on a pitch for 90 minutes. The best teams in the world don't just train together, they connect in that room. And the weakest teams often fall apart there first, long before they fall apart on the field. Next time you watch a match, whether it's the World Cup, the Premier League, or just a local game, remember, the result was already being shaped in a room you'll never see. If you found that interesting, there's so much more where that came from. Hit subscribe, because every week we break down football in a way that actually makes sense.